What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 104 of Next Gen Newsweek. My name is Mitch. Joining me, as always, Richard.
I'm present.
He's present, and Chase is in the past, but also here, so he's also present.
Hello.
So welcome to post Gamescom, where we got several announcements we're going to be going through here, and some other news breaking on PlayStation side, because they stirred some things up this week, and they also announced a new acquisition that I forgot to put in the show notes, but I'll make sure I get it added in there. But like always, we're going to start every show off with what we've been playing this past week. Richard, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, I've been playing Fortnite for 2 accounts, apparently.
Goodness.
Got to help Maddie do stuff now. So, yeah, I've been playing Fortnite. I've been playing Stardew Valley, and I've been playing Multiverses, which is really different. It's like a better version of Smash. I did that just for Mitch. Yeah, no, it's a lot like Smash without the constant reminder from Nintendo that they don't make good games anymore. So, yeah, I just, I saw the banner ad and I saw Stripe from Gremlins, and that's all it took. Literally, that's all it took. So, started playing it. I'm hoping I can play as Stripe one day, since he's on the banner ad, but he's absolutely nowhere in the game whatsoever. Not even like a little shadowed thing, or just, I don't know. It's like there's Black Adam and Stripe, and we're just waiting on information. They're apparently in season 1, which has already started, but they're nowhere in their season pass. So I don't know. We're just hanging out right now.
You don't have to buy them separately?
I don't know. Yeah, he's not in the shop. I know he's supposedly part of season 1 content, but now the season 1 battle pass is already out there. It's not too expensive. It's about the same cost as like a Fortnite one, but I don't know if he's part of, you have to unlock him during the season pass by buying the season pass, or what. He's not featured, because right now you can see what's available in the season pass if you pay and if you don't pay. There's 2 different sides of the rewards. And he's not there, and neither is Black Adam. So they're in the advertisements, but they're nowhere else. So we'll see.
Interesting. It says, he hasn't been released yet. So he's a part of the season 1 battle pass, but there's no release date given.
But it's, like I said, it's so weird because the battle pass, it already has like all the different prize levels and stuff. So I don't know. It's odd. I guess we'll figure it out.
Bonus tier 100 reward or something. Whatever. No, I haven't played Multiverses more than like 2 games of it, but it's not the same. Someone who's been playing the real thing for 20 years.
Ooh.
Ugh. I don't know, man.
Doesn't feel as good to play.
I play Smash and I'm like, man, be nice if they made another Punch Out instead of putting Little Mac in this shit game.
I mean, it would also be good for Warner Brothers to make a good movie, but they'll never do that again. So, I mean, well,
yeah, maybe so, man. They just had that merger, and then they went into DC, and they're like, everything's canceled.
Yeah, they cut everything out of DC. Like, good God.
Yeah, they gutted it. They even canceled a movie that was done.
You know what? Was it Batgirl?
Batgirl, yeah, Batgirl was complete. It was ready for release, and they're like, no.
Didn't they show it like in a parking garage, like a one-time showing of that movie or something?
Did they? Yeah. I don't know. I know it's funny.
The cast only or something like that. Yeah.
I know somebody stopped Michael Keaton and they asked him about it, and he was like, I don't know that one. Was I in it?
Jeez. Chase, what have you been playing this past week?
I started my week on Frog Island. Time on Frog Island is a cute little adventure exploration game. You play an adventurous sailor that ends up in a brutal storm, stranding him and his wrecked ship on Frog Island. You wake up, you're trying to get your ship repaired by either finding materials or trading things with the locals to get the pieces you need. All the characters speak gibberish instead of dialogue. There's just like, there's just like a sequence of images of what each frog is looking for, so there's no actual text in the game. So you find all the pieces to repair your ship, or maybe stick around and build a home. It's a lot of fun, not very pricey, not really long. It's got cute frogs, and you should definitely check it out.
I'm going to interrupt you just for a second, because usually, like when you say a game, I immediately look it up because you have similar taste to mine. So I Googled time on Frog Island, and Google says 3:45 p.m.
Oh,
So apparently there is a Frog Island somewhere in the world.
somewhere in the world, yeah. Next up, I played a game called Drunken Fist, which is basically a physics-based drunken fighting simulator. I've honestly never been drunk, but playing this game made me feel like I was definitely controlling a drunk person. I immediately tried to hold down the forward button, and I took like 3 steps and face planted. So you kind of have to move slow so you don't fall over, and you kind of like, after getting used to these controls, I beat up some jocks and beat up some punk kids, and then overall, I was like, you know what? I'm not really enjoying this, so I kind of put it aside. There's a trophy for urinating and getting people to slip in it, so maybe one day I'll go back and play it.
I was gonna say, have you never played Clop before? Like that teaches you how to play a game while drunk.
Did a quick playthrough of the Tony Hawk remix on PlayStation 5. There are the free game on PlayStation Plus this month. So if you haven't redeemed that yet, you should snag those. They're a lot of fun. I put a lot of time into the PS4 version. I had the itch to play some like arcade skating, so I went through those pretty quick. I'm really bummed they canceled the 3 and 4 remasters, but hopefully one day they'll see the light of day. And then last up this week, I started Soul Hackers 2, which is part of the Shin Megami Tensei franchise. It's set in like a futuristic cyberpunk city of perpetual night. You play as an AI artificially created humanoid devil summoner, and you're trying to stop the destruction of the world. It doesn't play like Shin Megami Tensei or Persona or Devil Summoner, but if you like those games, you'll probably like this one. It's like very, very heavy on the dungeon crawling aspect. The first few hours of the game kind of sets up the story. You run through tutorials, the new Sabbath system, which is like how to multiply to get extra damage. It like sets up how negotiations work in the game, like, in the other games, your demons are asking for something, and if you can deliver, you get a contract. There's no bartering this time. So once you answer the question, then or you get it, you're good. But like in Shin Megami Tensei, like you get like in those games, and like you're trying to get these demons to get on your team, and like you're bartering, and it's like sometimes it's like 4, 5, 6 times, and they just won't join you, and it's like gets really old. So I like this system. It's very more simplified. Let's see where I'm at. Yeah, the music is great. Combat system is excellent. This is the first JRPG I think I played where you like once you figure out an enemy's weakness, like you click on it in your spell list, and it automatically starts to target those enemies that have the weakness. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's a really good quality of life improvement. I feel like I'm a little over like the halfway point. There's been a lot of really good plot twists, and the more I play, the better it's getting. The common enemies aren't too tough, but man, like all these boss enemies after the first G have just like handed it to me, and so like a lot of times I'm like it's got another feature where it does autosave before you go into like a major battle. So a lot of times I'm just like kind of jumping in that battle and like, seeing what the weaknesses are, and then kind of rebuilding my team, and then going back in guns blazing. So, but it's, it's different enough to set it apart from other JRPGs. But if you like JRPGs in this style, then I think you'll have a lot of fun. So that's what I'm gonna play this week.
Hell yeah. Every time like we bring up like Shin Megami Tensei, I'm like, damn, I need to go finish that game, and then I always go, when is that game coming to PlayStation? Because
yeah,
I'll double dip so I can play it in a higher frame rate and make it look better. Games I've been playing this week have definitely been Fortnite, because that seems to be everything that my friend group wants to play nowadays. We played a little bit of Smash Brothers, but not a lot of it. And surprisingly, Mario Golf 64 on the Nintendo Switch Online service. I played a little bit of that last night. Couple things. One, the online play like on N64 games actually works pretty well. But we did play like one round of Wave Race, and I was like, this game sucks. And then we went to go play Mario Golf. And because it's turn-based, so it's not like everyone's trying to do a bunch of stuff at the same time. And that game is way harder than it needs to be, because it doesn't tell you how to play the damn game, and I completely forgot how to play it. But once I figured it out, it was fine. But and it's just really long. Like, it takes forever to complete like a whole 18-hole course. We played half of it, and then we just decided to make a save state and come back to it later. I swear to God, we played that game for an hour and a half yesterday and did 9 holes. Granted, we both are like terrible at this, and so I think right now I am plus 18 and he is plus 25 because we just suck at golf. Let's talk about what games are coming out this week, because there are a lot of games coming out, some of which I didn't even know were even happening here. Destroy All Humans 2 coming out on the 30th, so that is tomorrow. We've got Immortality coming out on Xbox, PC, and mobile. Excuse me. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection comes out tomorrow. Richard, you getting that one, right? I think both of you.
Yeah, I'm planning on getting that one.
Yeah. Tinykin coming out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Ooblets coming out for Xbox, Switch, and PC on September 1st. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R coming out on everything on September 2nd. Lego Brawls coming out on everything, which I guess that's Lego doing their own platform fighter. Mm-hmm. Everyone's got to have a platform fighter. Made in Abyss, Binary Star Falling into Darkness. Never heard of it.
I pre-ordered the game like forever ago, and I just now remembered that it's coming out this week. So I'm excited for that.
That's crazy. Yeah. It's coming out on PlayStation, Switch, and PC. And
title's a bit too long.
Yeah,
it is a long title.
And the one I'm excited for, The Last of Us Part 1, coming out on Friday. It's been 70 big ones on a game I've played at least 4 times all the way through. But, that's how things go. That's just how it is. So big news this week. Before we get into the Gamescom stuff, just a couple of headlines here. The big one is that Sony has decided they are going to be increasing the price of the PlayStation 5. This affects every region besides the U.S., and I think the reason why is because the value of the U.S. dollar has gone up recently, which makes it higher than like the value of the euro, which apparently I'm not a big economics guy, but that doesn't happen very often. But anyway, because of that, they are increasing the price in every other country. By U.S. dollars, it's about $50, so it's going to be about $50 more once you get that converted into whatever currency is for you. They've pretty much cited, supply issues and inflation as the reason why that they are doing this. It's probably not going to be permanent, and I guess they just don't want to sell their systems for too much of a loss, I guess. But on the flip side, though, Microsoft and Nintendo have both been questioned by their shareholders on this, and they have both commented saying that there are no plans to increase the price of their systems, which is weird for the Switch because it's been out for like 6 years. Like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and increase this system 6 years later. And,
well, I don't know. I think that the underlying story there is that Microsoft and Nintendo have been busting people's heads over prices. Yeah, if they don't have to raise $50, then obviously they've got more wiggle room than Sony has. So they've been pulling a few more dollars out of your wallet than what they could. They like those profits.
Well, I mean, I think Nintendo did it the right way by releasing the OLED, because there's not $50 worth of new hardware in there, and they're charging $50 more for it. So I think they did it the right way. And honestly, I could have seen Microsoft raising the price of the Series X but leaving the Series S alone, because it's so cheap. And apparently that system is, like, in other regions, the Series S is only $249, but the Series X is already $550.
So the hell? Why did I pay $299 for it? See, Microsoft busting my head.
They're getting people. But on the flip side of this, though, I feel like PlayStations are starting to become more readily available, because like every day I see like that PS5 bundle that comes with Horizon and Forbidden West is available. Like, you can get it.
Well, yeah, I know. Go ahead.
I was going to say the other day in chat, Amanda had pulled, well, she didn't pull me to the side. She just told me, she was like, hey, if you know anybody that wants a PS5, they're in stock on Walmart.com right now. And I shot that message in the chat.
Yeah.
I was noticing that on Amazon, a while back, I was able to add to cart, and I could anytime that I log into Amazon, I can just look at my account, and then it says I can move it to cart and pay for it at any time now.
Yeah, I've been helping people look for Xboxes recently, and like you can go on Walmart. I mean, Chase, you showed pictures of the Walmart near us. Like they're on the shelf. Like the Series X's are on the shelf.
They're silently being added to stores in Walmarts. Yes.
Yeah. And you can go on Walmart.com and get one. You can't go on GameStop and get one, but you can do the Xbox All Access still on GameStop. So you can go there and get one. So they're making it more available. Apparently, Verizon will let you do Xbox All Access and for these. And I remember when they first announced this, that there was some like heavy stipulation of people thinking or questioning about whether or not these were 5G enabled Xboxes, because there is so much confusion about it. Because like, why is Verizon offering Xboxes? And people really thought that they were putting 5G SIM cards inside of Xboxes so you could just play them wherever the hell you were. And I think that is so funny. But that is not real, though, so you still have to use Wi-Fi for your Xbox. Last little bit of news is not really news, though. I got to play Splatoon 3 over the weekend. There was a Splatfest where they split everybody up between Team Rock, Team Paper, and Team Scissors. And we joined Team Scissors, and we lost. Well, I won every game I played, but the Splatfest in general was won by Team Rock, because, you know, why not? But as far as gameplay goes, like it's Splatoon. They've added some new stuff to make it more fast-paced, and the different ink colors that they had, I guess, they actually... I mean, the game itself just looks prettier than the first Splatoon 2. I'm actually kind of reserving whether or not I'm going to buy this when it first comes out, but I might get it just so I have a new multiplayer.
I mean, it's not going to go down in price. So
yeah, that's true. So I don't know. It depends on how fast I burn through The Last of Us Part 1 and go, man, I'm ready for a new game to play, I guess. All right, let's talk.
What do you think's going to happen?
What?
In The Last of Us Part 1, yeah.
Dude, I don't know. You think
there's going to be any spoilers?
Dude, I don't know, man. What if they change something in it to make it like...
You know, I think they probably should. I mean, just... or
they just add more to it to fill in some gaps in the story or something. But we'll have to wait.
Yeah, like Ellie. Ellie's the girl, right?
Yeah. Like
Ellie dies at the end.
That'd be crazy.
Like Joel, you know, because he kills the doctor or whatever to stop him from... I mean, it's not spoilers. This game's been out already. You know, they do the thing where he kills the doctor because she wants to Zach. What if that takes place and that's now canon?
I don't know.
It'd be different. Because then you could make a sequel to it that would be entirely different.
Yeah, you could call it Not The Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah. And then Doctor Strange shows up, you know, he has to work his little thing to
Yes.
And then the other characters from Fortnite.
Dude, they're gonna end up putting Joel and or Ellie in Fortnite. And I'll pay money for it. And as soon as God of War Ragnarok gets close, they're probably gonna put Kratos back in the shop. I'm gonna buy that.
Well, so hate to go back to that. You know, the next thing is September 18th, which is coming up just a few weeks away. The big rumor is that it's another Marvel themed.
I've heard that they're going to redo the map to make it look like it did in the very beginning of Fortnite. So
really?
Yeah, all the original locations coming back. There's also Destiny 2 content in there right now. So you can buy like all the different hero types from Destiny, and they have a 5v5 arena game mode that's like Destiny. I played it. It's not fun. Don't play that. I can almost maybe see the Marvel thing because, you know, there's been quite a few Marvel shows to pop up recently. And then also one of those odd situations that's happened since COVID, you know, with things. But the next Spider-Verse movie was supposed to be coming out like now or like a week from now or something. I think it was like early September, but they've delayed it. But, you know, when they do something like that, it's kind of like the Minions movie. You know,
the toy schedule and all that is still set for release. They don't delay that.
Yeah.
So you've got the toys for that film hitting shelves now, even though the movie I think has been pushed to next year. So
It's like
it could be
February
like
next year.
it's like maybe a tie-in with that. I don't know.
Interesting. That'd be cool. I like the art style of those animated Spider-Man movies. So be interesting. Let's shift gears over to Gamescom 2022 because there was a lot of announcements, a lot of stuff we already knew about, a lot of new trailers. But before we talk about everything in depth, just want to ask you guys, what was your favorite announcement from Gamescom? Whether it was something we knew we learned about, a game we already knew about, or a new game in general.
Pokemon Mini Cooper.
I forgot you drive a Mini Cooper. That would probably be Michael's too, because it was a Bulbasaur themed Mini Cooper, right?
I don't know. I might have been. I can't remember, but
I think it had Bulbasaur accents on it, which is crazy.
yeah.
So game wise,
No, it was Pikachu because it was electric. Yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, but game wise, what about a game?
Game wise, man, they announced I think overall like almost everything they showed on Gamescom. I was pretty psyched to see and impressed about. I think it was cool to see. It was cool to see Dead Island after so long. I know a lot of people have been waiting on that. Lords of the Fallen looks really good. Everything looks very ambitious.
Yep.
The game, everything. I don't know. There was there's just a lot that looks really good that's coming out very soon. Let me see. The Alice Fallen game looked really good. That was really impressive.
I really like
Richard.
Yeah, Richard, go ahead. Let's hear from
Me? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I guess, yeah, man. I don't want to sell short Monkey Island. I'm a huge Monkey Island fan. I've been a Monkey Island fan since it came out in the early 90s. Because I was a big LucasArts point and click. Yeah, I had all those. I love those on PC. So I've been there since day one. So that was exciting to see. And that's coming up really soon. The Lies of P.
Yeah, that was
love
good.
Bloodborne, and it's got the whole Bloodborne vibe, but completely different. It's almost like if Bloodborne and Dishonored had a baby, they would name it Lies of P. So
Which is
Lies
based
of P,
on
Lies of P. Yeah, exactly. So
It's based on the original Pinocchio story, not like the
I
Disney
think maybe
Pinocchio.
you play as Pinocchio because in that trailer, Geppetto calls him his son.
Yep.
Seems like there was something else. No, not that.
Kojima podcast.
No, that's actually the dumbest thing of the show. The Subnautica devs, their Moonbreaker. I think that's, because, you guys know me. I spend way too much fucking money on board games. So, the ability to paint things and basically paint miniatures and then play with them, Moonbreaker. I thought, it's not Subnautica at all, but that looked interesting. And then to wrap it up, there was one more, but I'm drawing a blank on the name. No, not Hideo Kojima. Where's it at? I know it's down here somewhere. Come on. You know what? I can't find it. It's the same. No, there it is. Planet of Lana.
Yeah.
A huge Limbo and Inside fan. So I'm eager to jump into that one. So yeah, Planet of Planet of Lana, Monkey Island, Lies of P, and Moonbreaker. Yeah, those four.
Hell yeah.
Were the big, not to say there weren't other things, but it was kind of like I already knew about it, and I feel like I've seen everything I need to see. I already want it, so let's just stop delaying.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to find this this thing here because I was going to talk about Dead Island too, but there was a Where is this stupid? Oh, okay, I found it. So yeah, Dead Island 2, definitely like the biggest thing here for me because I love zombie first-person shooters, and Dead Island 2 has been in development technically since 2014. So big excited for that. They actually put the first game, like the complete edition, on Steam for $4. So I bought that and I started playing it. So I guess I forgot to put that in what I've been playing, but I only played for like probably 15 minutes, so I don't really count that. But no, that game, like, it looks fantastic, and the gore in it just looks incredible. And IGN did an interview with the team behind that game. They have a new name for like the gore system. It's called Flesh, which stands for Fully Locational Evisceration System for Humanoids, and it's like just accurate like dismemberment mechanics for killing zombies in the game. So like if you actually hit them in the arm, it'll like cut their arm off and not just like, just knock them back or whatever, just stuff like that. And the minute that they showed the character punching this zombie in the face and ripping its face, like its whole head out of its face hole, like I was like, oh, I'm in. This is great. This is awesome. Love seeing more Callisto Protocol. Got to see some gameplay of that. And then I like the trailer for Atlas Fallen. I thought at first they were only going to show CG stuff and no gameplay, which I was going to be disappointed about that, but they did show gameplay, not a lot of it at the end of it. But also this quote from IGN, it says after they got to like do a hands-on preview for the game, and it says after 20 minutes, Atlas Fallen has given us a lot of hope for a game that basically lets you play as a sand Thanos whose mission is to punch God. And I'm in.
Yeah.
We'll go through the list real quick. Got everything listed off of everything that they did announce, though. So, of course, Dead Island 2 is coming out in February on my sister's birthday next year. So she will she'll be getting a text message probably. I'll be home playing Dead Island. I'm kidding. No, Mike goes here. Sonic Frontiers, they confirmed the release date for November 8th. That game looks gorgeous in like the environments, but I think the game also looks stupid. So, like the combat does not look fun, and the story does not make any sense. But that's also like half of games these days. So I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be good.
Yeah.
Gotham Knights, its release date got moved up to October 21st, so it's coming out 5 days earlier than they said it was going to. And they showed off Harley Quinn as the main antagonist of the game, which I don't think till now they haven't shown off who the main antagonist is. So we got to see that. Hogwarts Legacy got a new trailer showing off that you can kill people with dark magic and the consequences of killing people with dark magic. And I'm going to play a villain in that game, at least the first playthrough, because love playing as villains. Of course, Callisto Protocol, Street Fighter 6, and Forspoken all got new trailers, just showing off new stuff. Street Fighter got to show off new characters. Nothing too crazy with those. I don't want to talk about High on Life because they showed a boss fight, and I was not impressed with the boss fight. I thought it kind of looked stupid. But then apparently they did like 20 minutes of the footage before that boss fight later, showing off, like, there have been clips running around online of like the character pointing a gun at like this kid, and the gun like telling, hey, whoa, don't kill that thing, it's a kid. And he's like 30 years old, but he's a kid. And they're like, don't kill him, he's a kid. And then, like, if you try to pull the trigger, it's like, no, man, I'm not killing that kid. It's a child. We don't kill children in this video game. And then eventually, if you squeeze the trigger enough times, he'll kill them. And they'll go, oh man, we just lost our rated T ESRB rating or something. And then there's another one of like you're in like this tunnel or something, and there's two doors to go through, and there's these two different little things blocking the doors, and they're like, we'll open whichever one of us you tell is the prettiest or the cutest, we'll open the door for you. And like both doors on the other side literally go to the same area, but like the doors are there, and whichever one you make feel like shit for not being pretty, he's like, fine, I'm never opening this door ever again. Fuck you, just I'm never opening this door. And then like you go through the other door and realize they go to the same place, and it's like, okay. just wasting your time. But I love Justin Roiland's humor, so I'm so excited for this. I think that as long as there's more guns you can use, and you don't have to use that knife that just talks about stabbing.
No, they said there was like, I think there was like five guns and a knife total or something like that. And like those they are basically your gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the knife seems like he gets really annoying because he's a knife that talks like Rick Sanchez. Like, I just want to stab people. It's constant. Oh my god, I can't wait for that. Wolong Fallen Dynasty got a new trailer along with Plague Tale. We found out Monkey Island comes out September 19th, which is also International Talk Like a Pirate Day. So if I'm working, everyone's going to hate me at work because, why not? New trailers for Warhammer 40k Darktide, the Yudin Chronicles 100 Heroes, and Pentiment. Those were all the rest of the announcements that we already knew about. Any of those seem exciting, stuff that like you were already planning on picking up, or anything that you have decided to pick up after seeing those trailers?
It's really good.
Wulong?
The Wolong Fallen Dynasty game.
Oh, yeah, I was going to get that anyway. That's Team Ninja.
Making the souls like.
The both Neo games are really good. Or Neo? I don't know.
I think it's Neo.
Is it Neo?
Yeah. As far as new announcements, we got Where Winds Meet, which is a game that's similar to Ghost of Tsushima, but it's set in medieval China, but it's only been announced for PC as of right now. Looks great. A lot of people really love Ghost of Tsushima. We already talked about Lies of P, kind of like Bloodborne meets Pinocchio, which seems fun. It looks great. We already talked about Moonbreaker, which is the Subnautica developers' new Warhammer-like strategy game that lets you paint your own figurines.
Is there miniatures?
Yeah. Miniatures, not figurines. You better get it right. Don't come at me. What about new Tales of the Borderlands? Were y'all big fans of the first one?
Never played the first one.
What?
I'm not a big fan of the entire franchise. So I wanted to be, and I got the first two, and I played it, and I really tried. And my biggest gripe is that they're too long. They're way too long, and I lose interest at about 75% into it.
Well, the Tales games are like Telltale stuff. They're not like the first-person shooter versions of those games. So, kind of like the Walking Dead Telltale series type stuff.
I want another Batman. That was really weird take.
I never played the Batman one. I did the Game of Thrones and the Walking Dead, and I think I played about half of the first Tales of the Borderlands. That was about it. We got the DualSense Edge, which is Sony's answer to the Xbox Elite controller. No price given, but it literally is an Xbox Elite controller, but it's a DualSense. You've got back paddles on the back, extra buttons. You can do trigger stops. You can swap the control sticks. You can actually swap the entire control stick module. So if the control stick breaks, you can just put a whole new module in there, which is cool. I imagine if it's the same price as the Elite controller, it'll be $180. But considering that PlayStation controllers already cost more than Xbox controllers, I'm going to say it's going to be about $200.
Maybe.
Yeah. Is this something that interests either one of you?
I just don't know what I would do with it. It's the thing. It's like this. The DualSense as it is very, very great.
Yeah,
and I just don't know what I would do with that extra functionality, and what games would really support that or benefit from that.
What's the price difference?
It doesn't have announced it yet.
Yeah, they haven't announced pricing. DualSense controllers now are about $70. I imagine this will be about anywhere from $180 to $200.
Yeah, no. I don't know what functionality for that costs.
Most people who get like those pro controllers or like modified controllers are using them for like competitive games, like for shooters, and strategy games, and stuff like that. So maybe not. It's not a controller for everybody, that's for sure. Dune Awakening, which I think Steven talked about how he was interested in this game. It's a new open world survival MMO, but that's it. That's all we know about it because they just showed a CG trailer and not any gameplay of it, which is a trend, unfortunately. I don't like it. AEW Fight Forever, which is a, quote, return to the golden age of wrestling games that plays like WWF No Mercy, which that means something to somebody, but it means absolutely nothing to me.
It confuses me. Because I thought the golden age of wrestling was like the pixel art arcade, the WWF Royal Rumble.
Oh.
That was in like the Walmarts before Super Centers.
Don't remember that at all.
No. This does not look like this at all. So I don't know. I guess I missed the golden age of wrestling games.
You're busy playing Punch Out. The golden age of Nintendo.
It's pixel art right there.
Park Beyond, a new theme park simulator that lets you create your own wildest theme park related ideas. So it's like every decade we need a new theme park simulator because we've been around for forever.
Do we need?
Look, they make Power Wash Simulator. They make what's another one? Shower with Your Dad Simulator. They make.
There's like simulators for everything. There was like a video I think someone posted the other day, and it listed like 30 different ones that they're working on right now. It's just like, you can pretty much do anything. I
love in Power Wash Simulator, you get to literally just transcend into hell. It's so stupid. We were talking about Atlas Fallen, but that game looks pretty good. I think we have friends that are interested in this series, but the Dark Pictures anthology, the Devil in Me, which is the final installment of season 1 of the anthology, which I need to get into these. I think I've got the other two, like I own them through like PlayStation Plus maybe, or some other way I've gotten these games. I think I own both of them.
They're not they're not super long. They're like a choose your own adventure kind of game, and you can play it in like a 6-7 hours or maybe less than that. And then each time you play through, if the choices you make, you have different outcomes. Different people live or die. Kind of like that. This new trailer looked really good.
Yeah,
They added another one to that premium service. Like today, I got a notification, or last night, yesterday. Yeah, one of the Dark Pictures games is now on the streaming service.
I think I've got The Man from Medan. Is that one of them?
That's the first one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know for a fact I have that one. I think I got the second one on like the Epic Store or something. I'll look. We got Recreation, which is an open world racing game that is focused on customization and player choice that will allow you to build another Burnout alongside thousands of other things if you so choose. So if you like it's kind of like a simulation game where you're just building your own Forza or Burnout or Need for Speed. You set the rules. You make whichever game you want to. They're tired of making games. They're like, you know what? Here's all the tools. You just do it yourself. Planet of Lana. I already talked about that a little bit. It's made by the people who made Limbo and Inside.
No, it's not.
What?
It's not made by those people.
Made by them. Okay. I thought it was.
They are actually making they're making a new game called Cocoon.
Okay.
Which doesn't look like either of those games.
Gotcha.
I blame IGN with their tricky little headlines.
Yeah.
And they also misspelled it. They said Planet of Lana is a game that will feel familiar to those who have played Playdead's Limo and Inside.
A limo simulator.
Yeah. There you go. I fixed it. Well, actually, you know what? I forgot about this. One of the games I'm really excited for, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the multiplayer game. Made by the people who made Friday the 13th, but it's a 3v7 horror survival game. So you have 3 clowns versus 7 humans, and you're just trying to live. And
sounds like work.
That was good. Yeah, that looks fun. That's coming out early next year. I'm really excited for that. There's Dredge, a game that looks like a relaxing fishing simulator, but is hiding a compelling and dark narrative. Ooh, spooky.
Ooh.
I love in the notes. I started writing stuff about Vikings on trampoline, but I left off at a 2D, and then that's it. It's a 2D side scroller where you're literally Vikings on trampolines. It's kind of like a platformer, but it's got like party modes where you can play against other people. And apparently, this game has been in development for 20 years, which doesn't make much sense. But Dead Island was in development for 8 years, so I mean, there's no reason why this couldn't have been in development for 20 years. So.
Yeah. Wait, Vikings on trampolines has been in development for 20 years?
What it said. I'll find it real quick.
Oh, no, I see it. Wow.
Let me find that quote. Yeah. Owlboy developer D-Pad Studios has been working on Vikings on trampolines for 20 years. And IGN's first hands-on demo gave them hope that it may have been worth it, as it looks to be a blast in the right environment. I think it spent 10 years as an idea that they were working on, and then literally 10 years being developed. I think that's...
Now that I look at it, it's probably all artwork.
Probably.
Yeah. As I've began to dabble into game development, it's always artwork. Mm-hmm. It takes the longest time.
Yeah. Another Telltale series, The Expanse. It's a new narrative adventure that's being worked on. Looks fun if you're like big into Telltale games. There's Gourd, a new game from people who used to work on CD Projekt Red. Takes place in a grim pastoral fantasy world inspired by Slavic folklore. That looks fun. Looks like a fun game. Two more. Nobody Saves the World is getting a new expansion called Frozen Hearth on September 13th. We're adding new areas and challenges and stuff like that. And then Chase already mentioned it, Lords of the Fallen, which is a reboot of the 2014 dark fantasy action RPG Souls-like that takes place over 1,000 years after the first game in a world that is said to be more than 5 times larger than the original. And I remember Lords of the Fallen because I was like, that game looks like a Souls game. And I played it and I did that thing I do in Souls games where the first time I die, I go, nope, I'm not playing this, and then I leave.
We got another teaser that wasn't in that list. It was that Windsong game. And that is from the former guy from Skyrim and Fallout.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Did I miss that, or is it just not in the
list? It wasn't in the list, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oops.
But yeah, it was just a quick teaser, just an announcement of the name, and that was it. It's supposed to be like some big open world RPG. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, that other than like Chase already brought it up, that Kojima Productions has his own podcast that's going to start up. If that's something you're interested in, Richard definitely is not a shit.
Like why do we care? I mean, I don't. He is so freaking arrogant and just God. He needs to get over himself. I have a podcast so you can see what's in my mind. Like, he puts me in mind of one of those like artists that they value their work more than they should.
I don't know.
I mean, literally, like, hey, look, he did. Like, I was a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid, but even in my opinion, that thing went down the drain. And then he did whatever that, I can't remember what the demo was, the Silent Hills or whatever. Demo. But then I don't know, he pissed Konami off or something. That went down the tubes. I have not played that walking delivery futuristic into the world simulator he made. I'm not going to say anything negative because I haven't played it yet. It's on my pile of shame. But that's a really split audience. Mm-hmm. I don't see the fanfare with this guy at all. Man, he's not like, in Hollywood, you've got like Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese. He thinks he is. But he's not.
He's a Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yeah.
But some people like his stuff.
And yeah, they're probably going to line up, man. They're already on the waiting list there for the day one on the podcast.
I mean, I love a good podcast. Alex, it was so funny. Alex and I were watching House of the Dragon the other day, the first episode, and it got done and it said, follow House of the Dragon on Spotify for our companion podcast, and Alex goes, "Oop, I know what you're listening to on the drive home today," and I was like, "Oh, damn it!" I didn't listen to it, but I did subscribe to it because I'm that guy. That is all of the news and announcements from Gamescom. So before we get out of your ears for this week, let's do our video game 20 questions. This week's submission, hailing from Portland, Tennessee, comes from David Pettit.
Is it Gears of War?
No. I asked him originally, and I was like, David, what game do you want to do, or you want to submit? And he said Golden Sun 4, and I thought that was a real game, and I spent like a good 15 minutes just looking it up. I was like, David, I don't think that game exists. And he's like, yeah, Mitch, that's the point. I want it.
Golden Sun was a good series.
So,
did Nintendo do that?
it was Camelot, which is a second-party studio that works for Nintendo. They make like the Mario sports games now.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I mean, you got something good. You just stop doing it. That's
exactly.
the Nintendo way.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway,
they'll pop up in the next Smash.
The main character for Isaac, he's in Smash as an assist trophy. He's been in there since.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
You've reached the height. You know, as soon as you make it to Smash Brothers, there will never be another fucking game for you ever. Aside from like Mario and Zelda.
We're never getting another Zelda game. Like Breath of the Wild 2 does not exist.
Let me see it first.
Exactly. All right, well, let the questioning begin. You got to get inside David's head for this one.
Is it an RPG?
No.
And is it a side-scroll game?
No.
Is it exclusive to a particular console?
Yes.
All right, so it's probably Xbox. He's like a Sony hater. It's either Xbox or Nintendo.
So is it Nintendo?
Yes.
Nintendo. Was that? Is that 4 or 5?
4.
4. Okay.
You get the fingers right this time.
Is it a series with a lifetime that stretches beyond 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. Is it Metroid?
No.
Wow.
David's back here.
David's all about some Metroid. All right.
I just want to do this. Easy.
Damn, I asked the wrong question.
What do you mean?
How many questions is that?
6.
That's 6.
6?
What's it? I'll go.
I'll burn another one.
Go ahead.
Is it in a Metroid franchise series?
I'm not going to count that. It's also no.
Oh, okay.
Same question. Ooh, a text from David. It's gonna go. No. I got a different game. tell them Metroid.
So it's a Nintendo game that's a long running franchise that's not Metroid. Long running franchise beyond 10 years.
Has this franchise come out with a game in the past on a new game on the Switch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Soft yes.
Okay.
A soft yes? Oh, what do you mean? He's probably whatever. Smash. Is it a port on the Switch?
Yes.
he say yes? I think he cut out for a
You're
second.
cutting out. Yes.
Okay, it is. Okay, so it is a port. And it's not. Okay, yeah, there's been no, I don't know, there hasn't been a port.
Actually, I'm gonna say kinda.
Kind of, what the hell kind of answer is
It'll make sense at the end.
It'll make sense when you don't get it. Oh, man, okay. Is it a Pikmin series game?
No.
Do you say yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Move this closer.
Not Metroid, not Pikmin. Not a side scroller. Not an RPG.
Is it a platformer?
Yes, that's 10.
That's no platformer. Is it a Mario series game?
Yes, that's 11.
Okay. So we're looking for a Mario game that's a sort of soft yes port to the Switch. Oh, you know what? I wonder, all right, was it available on the Switch as a collection?
Yes.
All right, so I think we've narrowed it down to 3. It's got to be Sunshine, 64, or Odyssey.
Or.
Like, no, that was the only one in the collection.
Odyssey wasn't in the collection.
Oh, is it not?
Odyssey's the new
Galaxy.
one.
I meant Galaxy.
Galaxy, yeah.
Galaxy. I meant Galaxy.
So,
Is it Mario 64?
I'm going to give it to you because the correct answer is Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So it's the whole collection, but you got it. So you got it. So, I mean, yeah, good job.
Okay, yeah.
You would have gotten it. So that's why I said it's a port, but it's not a port. So
I would like the Luigi's Mansion collection.
Let's do it.
I think that would be. We would. Nintendo, they won't. That's the problem. There's a lot of things that a lot of people would do. It's Nintendo that
I would love to
hold
see an
the strings.
HD remake of the first Luigi's Mansion, like they did the Wind Waker.
Exactly. And I feel that game's so much better than the other two. And I say that entirely opinion, but it's like the Ghost had such distinct characters and personalities. Mm-hmm. It really set it apart, and then they totally got rid of that later in the series. Man, I love that first one. And you got to play it on the GameCube. Well, there's other ways, but you have to legally play it on the GameCube. So
yeah, like I love the first game. The third one's great. I'm like at the very end of that game. I never finished it. The game's a little long, in my opinion, but
I haven't, and I've not even started it. I just cast judgment on it after I'm bought it.
It's really fun. Yeah, it's really fun from what I've played of it. It's definitely something you and Maddie can play together.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah. You have to play for I think 30 minutes before you unlock co-op. So, I mean, that's just if hey, when she gets home from school, we're going to play this. You just play the first 30 minutes of it and be like, okay, I got the co-op unlocked. We're good to go. But yeah. Good job, David, for the question or the submission.
Yeah.
And good job, you guys, for getting it right. And what was it? 11 questions. So
yeah,
we're getting better.
You're getting better. Mm-hmm. Just takes time.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's all we got for this week. You guys want to plug anything before we get out of here?
Did we mention Pentiment?
Maybe
all
not.
Right.
Pentiment.
That had new footage.
Yeah, it's a narrative whodunit game from people from Obsidian.
Set in a really weird sort of what would you call it? Kind of 15th century English art style.
Yeah.
It reminds me in high school we had to read the Canterbury Tales. It reminds me of that. So
nice.
I just wanted to mention that because I know Mitch doesn't like indie stuff, but that's something I'm definitely looking forward to.
Mm-hmm. Jace, anything to plug this week?
There was a lot of cool games. There was a lot of indie games that were announced this week. During the Gamescom whole thing that's happened, there was a lot of really cool indie games. I want to say there was some really cool looking Metroidvanias coming out. Let me look at that one that really caught my eye. Let me see. Biomorph. That one looked really cool. I've seen some of the other ones that they showed that I've seen some like footage of that, but this one was like I've never seen anything from this. It looks a lot like Hollow Knight mixed with like Kirby. So it's like a Metroidvania where you're taking control of other things and you become other things, and you have to like get through situations based on what you're absorbing kind of thing. So yeah, it looked really cool. Other than that, I'm not sure what sales are going on. I haven't really seen anything crazy deals. There was a Square Enix sale over the weekend where they had like 90% off of their physical games. So we're like down to like $2 and $3. Of course, it happened while I was asleep, and I missed out on that. But yeah, so if you got in on that, good for you. Other than that, I have nothing here.
Gotcha. I have nothing to plug currently, but be on the lookout for a video to hit the internet on Friday, related to something that releases Friday. But other than that, I have nothing else to plug because Twitch banned my account because they're like, hey, you can start making money on Twitch, and then they banned my account, so I'm never going back. So that's where we're at. So
for Terraria fans, the pre-order date is getting close to closing for that first issue of the graphic novel with all the swag. I think you have until September 7th, so the end of next week, if that's something you're interested in and you want the swag, stuff we all get. If you want the swag that comes along with it, make sure you lock that order in. It is going to be retail, but if you buy it retail, it's just the book. So if you want like the stickers and the metallic Pokemon style cards and the actual coins from the game and all that good stuff, make sure you lock in your pre-order.
Cool. Well, on that note, everybody have a great week. We'll be back in your ears next week with another episode. I don't like saying in your ears. It's so weird. Like I'm up in your ear. Y'all have a good one.